The title of this film is something the director's husband would never, ever say.
我冇料，哼！呢條女我大把嘢要爆啊！
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Graham Stedman, and this is my review of My Wife is a Superstar. I actually don't know if Shirley Young is married or not, and to be honest, it's really none of my business. But I do know that she wrote and directed Angel Whispers, and she wrote Daughter. But I watched My Wife is a Superstar anyway, even though it starred the same two people who were in S for Sex, S for Secrets, which was S for Ish, or S for Shirley Young produced this movie too. And besides, let me get this out of the way now. My Wife is a Superstar isn't actually all that bad. It's no cinematic triumph, but taken in the context of the people who made it, it's practically Lawrence of Chau. Pakho Chau and Annie Liu are a married couple. Lai Mo is a photographer who dreams of going off to cover wars like his hero, Robert Capra. Chu Ki, get it, is a struggling actress who, like so many aspiring female thespians, idolizes Audrey Hepburn. In the film's opening, Chu Ki struggles with accepting a throwaway role as a prostitute in a local film, which is kind of ironic because Audrey Hepburn's most iconic role is, after all, playing a woman who entertained men for money. Go lightly on the shaft, will you, honey? But never mind that tawdry nonsense. As the trailer will tell you, the central story is that Lai Mo, having been demoted at work, is tasked with discovering the identity of Chu Ki's rumored husband. Yes, he has to discover himself. No, not like that. While doing that, he also has to deal with the strain that his wife's blossoming career places on their marriage. Not to mention Alex Lamb circling Annie Liu like a wealthy, handsome shark. He's giving this new starlet a big opportunity, that's not a euphemism, to star in his upcoming Chinese New Year movie. No one strained themselves writing this movie. They didn't even stretch. My Wife is a Superstar was written by the same person who wrote See You in YouTube and Trick or Cheat, and was one of the half-dozen or so writers of Angel Whispers. But I watched My Wife is a Superstar anyway. There's a Wong Kar-wai parody that's funny in patches, but there's not a lot of energy or thought put into the idea, or anything else in this movie. Speaking of which, there's a scene involving a restaurant holdup where the guns involved are painfully obvious as toys. I mean, this obvious. You can easily see the orange tips on these undersized guns, and yet the robbers are taken seriously. Maybe it's supposed to be funny, but it's not. It's just dumb. A couple of times CGI is used for a visual effect that I'm going to hope was referencing something. It looked nice, but what was the point? Director Shirley Young has a cameo in one scene, apparently playing herself. In a later scene, two people talk about last year's Guilty, which Shirley Young produced, as being a major success. The two people are I Love You Boys, which makes sense because every time they appear in a movie, it comes to a screeching halt. So, at least one thing in this movie was done right. That said, a cameo as yourself, and referencing your own movies. I wonder where she got that idea from. But let's move on, and hopefully up. Because, like I said, this movie really wasn't all bad, or even as bad as it should be. Jackie Choi was actually quite good as the established actress that Chu Ki comes into conflict with. She was funny, believable, and easy to watch. So were Lo Hoi Pang and Bonnie Wong. I mean, could those two ever not be easy to watch? The story is pedestrian and predictable and generic and unsurprising. But so are a lot of movies. And I have to say Annie Liu and Pakho Chau were a lot better, both separately and together, in this movie than S for Syphilis. Never mind. They were believable not only as their characters, but as a married couple. My Wife is a Superstar misses more chances than it takes to send up the local entertainment industry in fame circus, but it's not the worst movie Shirley Young has made. My Wife is a Superstar is nowhere near as bad as I expected, but at least it wasn't infuriating, which is what I expected. The audience that I saw it with enjoyed themselves quite thoroughly, so what do I know? Well, I do know this. Don't steal this movie by watching it online or downloading a copy. A, because it's not worth it, and B, because stealing movies stinks. When this movie does get released to home video, I'll update the description below with a link where you could buy a copy. Don't spend too much money on it, though. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy it, leave me a comment. And if you like the channel, please subscribe, because that way I'll have more subscribers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. God damn it, I'm sweating like a hooker in church.